Will you succeed or will you fail? This is Tim Francis from modernbusinessowner.com. Today has been a ridiculous day, and I've realized something today that I think it would be very helpful for you to check out for the next few minutes. There's a couple huge opportunities that have crossed my desk, and I have to decide what I want to do about them. And I had to ask myself how much I felt I was going to be successful in each of them as I've been making my decision. And I realized there's kind of a spectrum. On one end of the spectrum, there's those things that I have a lot of confidence in. I feel a certain amount of predictability. A lot of the fundamentals are in place for it to be a successful project, a successful business, a successful partnership, whatever it is that I'm doing. And on the other end of the spectrum, there's the fishing expedition. A lot of unknown, not sure if it's going to work, not sure if some of the key points are in place, and every project or business I've ever done has fallen between these two extremes. I don't think any business done by anyone is ever a 10 out of 10 slam dunk or a 1 out of 10 certain failure. I think everything falls in between the two, and our job as entrepreneurs is to figure out where it lies between the two. Now, today I came up with a list of 3 fundamentals that I think set a business up for success. Now, maybe it's not a new business, maybe it's a business project or a new product or service within your business. However, I think that these 3 items make a huge, huge difference in pushing something towards the predictably successful, strong fundamental side of things instead of feeling like a fishing expedition. So the first is, have you done it before? Or has somebody you're working with on the project done it before? Or do you have a coach or mentor who can direct you and they've done it before? Obviously, the more that you've been successful and have a successful experience doing something, or someone on the team or your mentor does, the more that you're able to know all the pitfalls to avoid, and the more that you're going to be able to predict and set yourself up for success from the beginning instead of throwing your line in the water and simply hoping for the best. The second item is honestly asking yourself, are you fulfilling demand that already exists? Do people already want your product and know that they want your product? Or are you going to be forced to create demand? Are you going to have to educate people a ton just so that they understand what you're doing, and then from there try to convince them to buy what it is that you have? The more that you are fulfilling a demand that already exists, that you know, you've got the data, you got the facts to prove that there's demand for what you're doing, the more that you're going to be predictably successful and the fundamentals will be in place. The more that you are forced to create demand and educate people, even to get them up to speed on what's going on, the more you're going to be on a fishing expedition, hoping for the best. The third item is, do you have an organized list of those prospects ready to go? Is there some way that you can put your business, your product, your service in front of many people really quickly without a lot of work? So here's some examples of how you can do that. If you partner with someone who has 5,000 prospects who definitely would be interested in at least considering your product or service, that's an example of being able to quickly do that. And it's very different if you know that those people are out there somewhere versus knowing that with the click of a button, an email can go to 5,000 people, they're organized in a database and ready to go. Another example would be something like Google AdWords. You know that there's tons of people searching for tons of things on Google. If you can buy some Google AdWords and test it out and immediately step in the path of people that are looking for your exact product and service, all of a sudden now it's organized, you can make it happen right away, and you're stepping in the path of that pre-existing demand. The more, on the other hand, that you have to go out there and hopefully sift through a bunch of people, throw your fishing line in the water a ton of times just to try and get a few nibbles, the more that it's going to be a fishing expedition. Now, there are more factors. There's more fundamental factors than just those three. Those are three that come to mind for me right away. And I also want to be very careful that I'm not putting you or anyone into a state of paralysis by analysis, saying, oh, well, if I don't know what all the fundamentals are, if I'm not feeling perfectly confident on things, I'm not going to do it. If that's your approach, you're never going to get anywhere. You're better to go on a fishing expedition than to have that perspective. The Navy SEALs, these are military people that put their lives on the line, that other people's lives depend on them. They have something called the 70% solution. If they have 70% confidence and they feel that they have 70% information, they will literally make a decision. They'll proceed and literally put their lives on the line. So if they're willing to put their lives on the line with 70% confidence and 70% information, you and I can probably introduce a new product or service, something that has a way lower consequence if misperformed, you know, on 70% confidence and information. And so I think that it's really important also that rookies or first-timers, there's a lot of people that are successful in their first attempt. No question about it. So I don't want to discourage you from making that first attempt. Furthermore, if you want experience doing anything in life, somewhere along the way you have to make that first attempt or that first step. The second, fifth, 100th, 500th attempt or step doesn't come if you haven't made the first step. That's just how it goes. So I don't mean to discourage you. In fact, I encourage you to make those first efforts and first steps. With all of this in mind, the more that you can do something, whether it's a project, a business, even if it's a charity, whatever, and the more that you can have these fundamental elements in place, the more that you're setting yourself up for success in the beginning, and the more that they're not there, the more that you're going to be going fishing. As entrepreneurs, we don't learn about entrepreneurship usually very much in school. We have to learn from each other. Books, courses, DVDs, blogs, YouTube videos. And so that's why I created my website, modernbusinessowner.com. If you thought the information in this video was helpful and you'd like to stick together with me, learn more and more as my fellow entrepreneur, I would be more than happy to have you visit my blog at modernbusinessowner.com, and you can cruise around, see what other information is there. Hope you're having a great day, and I really do sincerely hope that you have all the success that you're looking for. My name is Tim Francis. Have a great day.